Welcome home, neighbors.
Hello, neighbors.
We're listening from
Arizona,
Florida,
Maryland, New York, New Jersey,
Indianapolis,
California,
Utah,
Michigan,
Iowa,
Massachusetts,
Georgia,
Canada,
our home resort is
Animal Kingdom,
Polynesian,
Bay Lake Tower,
Old Key West,
Riviera,
Boardwalk,
Alani Resort,
Hilton Head,
Boulder Ridge,
Copper Creek,
Grand Floridian,
Saratoga Springs,
Beach Club,
and Wilderness Lodge.
and you're listening to
and you're listening
You're listening
to
my
DVC Points.
Hello and welcome to DVC Newscast. This is episode 119. I am Shannon, and joining me today, we've got Pete.
Hey, Shannon, how are you?
I am good. And we got Sue.
Hey, Shannon and Pete. How are you guys?
I'm doing great.
Doing good. We got a lot of little news stories popped this week.
Yeah, not any big news stories, a lot of little ones. And I haven't been on in a couple weeks. Just life has gotten in the way. I'm a little rusty, so we'll see if I remember how to do this.
You'll be fine.
You're great.
Well, before we get started, let's just go ahead and give a shout out to our sponsor, Monera Financial. So if you have a DVC contract and maybe you need to refinance it, or maybe you're looking to purchase a resale contract, definitely hit up our friends at Monera Financials. We will go ahead and get started because we've got, like I said, I think we've got a total of 6 stories. So, Sue, this one you actually have some personal experience about, right?
Yeah, the Trails End and Crockett's Tavern reopened on July 27th. And we were there on July 27th. My neighbors and I went over. And it's really nicely done. They've brightened up the place a little bit, so it's not as dark as it had been. They've got some pretty tables in there with comfortable chairs. And it's a quick service. So you go into the quick service, they have a grab and go cold bar, a grab and go hot bar. So if you want to just get a rotisserie chicken and a slab of ribs to go and some sides, you can do that. Otherwise, you go up to the register and you order at the register. They'll give you a number and then they deliver the food to the table. But the whole experience was really nice. It opened up, as I said, on the 27th, and it has an all new menu because before it used to be a buffet. They have some of the same things that they had. They brought back some of the favorites. They have pizza by the slice, or they have the whole pie, which you could get before as takeouts. Choice of chicken, brisket, or pork ribs is either hot, grab and go. Sides are available by the pound. They have the Homestyle meals with cornbread, coleslaw, mashed potatoes, or French fries, and a variety of desserts, including the Hoop-Dee-Do strawberry shortcake, which was really good. I had the fried chicken, and it was their good fried chicken. The recipe hasn't changed. It was nice and crispy and what they're known for. My neighbors, some of them had pulled pork, others had the pork ribs, and they said the same thing. The food was really, really good.
And how was the price?
Prices weren't bad. It was like $10 for my fried chicken dinner.
Good.
And that came
great.
with 2 sides, and it came with a piece of cornbread. And then Crockett's Tavern also has some favorite drinks, and they have bar food. So trio of sliders with pork, brisket, and buffalo chicken, fried green tomatoes, chicken bites, charcuterie board. The charcuterie board really looked pretty nice. Crispy cauliflower that you can have with buffalo sauce, and a trailblazing trio of strawberry shortcake, s'mores, chocolate pudding, and vanilla wafers for dessert. Their drinks, they do a lot of moonshine drinks, moonshine martinis and mojitos. And I had one it was a blackberry moonshine with lemonade, very, very light, almost kind of like a spritzer would be. It was really good. And my neighbor had margarita, and it was a lime moonshine margarita. And she said it was really good, but strong. So I highly recommend it. I mean, it was a fun place. First day open, not crowded at all. They have a nice way of handling the service and getting you through there. So I don't think that people are going to see long lines when they're there. And it's a nice change. Plus, with all the picnic tables outside, you can even bring your food outside and have a picnic.
In your opinion, is it worth like the drive over there or the whatever transport you have to do to get over there?
Yeah, we went specially for it, and I would go back again. I enjoyed the food. I enjoyed the location. Plus, being over there, you walk over to the country store. You can walk down to the marina. It's beautiful sitting in the Adirondack chairs. And making believe you're on vacation for a few minutes. Then we took the bus over to the big country store that they have at the outpost. And my gosh, all the things that they have in there. I mean, that store is just, it looks like it's exploded. So some really neat things. I've got my new ears. They have Chip and Dale, my favorite, and they're Chip and Dale ears.
Nice.
So I'll wear them for the next taping we have. But I love Chip and Dale. And I'm going to be in a log cabin for 4 days in November. So now I have my ears.
Nice. Yeah, I wonder how much of this is in like forethought to the DVC coming over there to have so that you just don't have a buffet, so that you have a quick service that people can come in and grab and go and those type of things. I mean, I know it, when you think about it, it makes sense anyways for what Fort Wilderness is to have that kind of food. I mean, I know people liked Trails End, but I think about it and like, I guess as I've gotten older, I'm not as big a buffet fan because I can't eat as much as I used to. So, you know, I don't mind just being able to order a meal. I'm curious to try it because I do like a good brisket and that kind of thing.
Yeah, the brisket were good.
The one thing that, you know, if you wanted to make it an event to go out there, there's a couple things there. So they have the barn is over there, right?
Yes.
So they have the pony rides. So the pony rides, the trail riding, I believe is the front of Fort Wilderness. I personally have never done that, but I believe that's at the front of Fort Wilderness. But the pony rides are at the back, which is where you can see the horses and everything. But that's also where you do the sleigh rides during the winter months. So during Christmas time, they have the sleigh rides. And that's something that we had done a couple times. And we always made a tradition for a couple of years. It was the Mickey's Backyard Barbecue, which is rest in peace. And then we did Trails End. So you can do that. If you're going out there, you can plan. And then also, if you have little ones, there is a fantastic playground right in front of Trails End. And when we went, it wasn't the buffet yet. They still had it. They were doing table service at that point. We had to wait for our table. And my son was on the playground for a good 45 minutes. And it was great because there's always kids. I mean, every time there's always kids. And because there's a lot of kids at the campground.
Right.
And it's a really good sized playground. And a lot of the playgrounds are kind of gone away. You know, if you're looking for something, you're on property, but you don't want to do a park and you have younger ones, there's enough to do in that area. You can go walk onto the marina and watch the fireworks. There's a lot of things that you can do. You have the water parade, the water pageant, which it's not as good as it used to be. It's downsized. It's still nice if you've never seen it. So there's a lot of things that you can make, and rather than just going there for a quick service, there's other things to do there. So
they have the carriage rides there. They're $55 for a private carriage ride, and it's 4 adults or 2 adults and 3 children. And the carriage ride is nice. And then they also have the hay wagons on different nights where they have that opportunity. Down by the marina, they have tetherball. And so my neighbor's kids were down there and they're playing tetherball and having just a great time with it. But I like going over there, to answer your question, Peter. It's a place to go over, but to see things. And if you want to see the Triple D Ranch, you need to be there before 5:30 in the afternoon.
Right.
It's open from 10:30 to 5:30. But the ranch itself the new ranch is beautiful. And you'd have a chance to see Pixie, which is the new Shetland that was just born a little over a week ago. You can also see the Calliope that Walt bought for the parade at Disneyland's opening, and it's in a glass case, and there's the big Calliope wagon. So, I mean, it is a nice place to visit. You can spend a good part of a day there walking around, and there's a lot to do. But if you happen to go at night and you're there just before Halloween or slightly after, or before Christmas, you're going to see decorations that you wouldn't believe.
Yeah, I've heard about that.
Oh, that's why we love the sleigh ride, because the sleigh ride you're looking at the Christmas decorations. That's the whole point of it.
Yeah. And you can also do a Segway tour there. They have a Segway tour.
Oh, I did not know that.
Yep, they do. So you could do a Segway tour there as well.
Okay.
Wow. We're really doing a plug for Fort Wilderness here
I know, right? Well, they're going to be adding DVC there. So
this is true.
Yeah.
Well, you just gave me a great segue to the next story, because you talked about a tour, and now we have discounts on VIP tours. A little bit different than a Segway tour. The discounts are going to be offered on VIP tours to DVC members. So emails were sent out to DVC members regarding a discount of up to 20% off VIP tours at Walt Disney World. Regular pricing for VIP tours range from $450 to $900 per hour, depending on the season. The 20% discount is available on select dates from August 15th through September 30th. And you have to call to book, and it's 407-560-4033. We will put this in our show notes. Still not in my price range. I don't know about you.
Especially since you can't book an hour. You have to book I think
8 hours. Yeah.
No, seven hours is the minimum.
7 hours. Yeah.
And I've been on a few of them. They've been given to me, which is nice. I've been included in parties that have gone on them. And the VIP tours really are great, especially if you have young kids, because you can do a VIP tour and get onto everything over at the Magic Kingdom, get your kids onto everything that they wanted to see. And then you spend the rest of the time staying out of the parks and relaxing, using the pool, doing some other things. I found that to be good. And then also for older people, the VIP tour is nice because they'll go at your pace. You're not standing in line long. Most people at a certain age don't do roller coasters anymore for whatever reason. So they're not going on all the thrill rides, but it gives them the chance to have somebody bring them to a special entrance in the park. And then with friends of mine, what they did was someone was having some issues with her hips. They picked them up. They said, when you're done with Soarin', come right back here. And then they moved them all the way over towards Mexico so that they could go over to Norway and on that end.
Well, that's nice.
It was really nice. They didn't have to do a lot of walking. They're beautiful.
I know My DVC Points have done a couple of them with a large group, and doing it that way, you can split it because I think you can have up to 12 people. So I mean, if you think about it that way, you can split it amongst several people, and you're not paying $5,000 or whatever. For me, I guess it's just I've been to the park so many times, and I no longer go at the pace. Like when I was told about it, they were like, "Oh yeah, we did like everything at Epcot, all the headliners at Epcot, and all the headliners at Hollywood Studios, and all the headliners at Animal Kingdom. We got all of them in 7 hours." And I was like, I don't want to go that fast.
Yeah.
It's to each his own. I mean, there's certainly an advantage to it. That's for sure. And if it's in your price range.
Well, I think it's good if, you've got some people who are down here for a short period of time. To them, time is money. They don't have a lot of time. They want to see some things, but they don't want to spend all their time in the parks either. And so to have a VIP tour and get most everything done in one day, and you've been on what you wanted to see, you were treated like a VIP throughout the whole process. The one suggestion that I tell people is it is a 7-hour day. And in most cases, they'll have snacks. We had Mickey bars and water whenever we needed it, and popcorn. A lot of the VIP guides will do that for you. But if you want to stop for a meal, do not stop in a sit-down restaurant, because you're paying, if it's $900 an hour, you're paying $900 to sit there and eat.
Yeah.
So most of them will do quick service, and the VIP guides will actually order for you while you're on an attraction. And then when you're done, they've got your food and you're sitting down and eating, so you don't lose time.
Yeah. I'm going to say this though, treat your guide right, because these are the top tier cast members that get this role, and they don't deserve to be abused just because you got a lot of money. So,
and it's a tipped position, and people need to remember that it's not a $20 tip. If you're spending $4,000, the tip should be pretty high.
Should be, I would think like most positions 10 to 15%, right? I would think.
Most of them will go an hour. They'll tell you the standard tends to be an hour that you paid for the tour. That would be the tip. The tip.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
All right. Well, moving on, we got a new attraction.
And Pete drew the short straw because nobody wanted to say this word, so he drew the short straw.
The new Smelephants on Parade in Magic Kingdom. Well, my daughter was very much into Smensels. I don't know if you had those, Shannon.
Nope.
with Ryder. There was a craze that went around for a while, probably close to 10 years ago, on these pencils that were scented, and they were called Smensels. So I can say Smelliphants because I'm used to saying Smensels. Anyways, last week Disney announced a new interactive experience coming to Storybook Circus at Magic Kingdom. It's called Smelliphants on Parade, and this new experience is sponsored by Scentsy, who is the official home fragrance of Walt Disney World. They actually usually sponsor some stuff at Flower and Garden as well. Mm-hmm. And this experience obviously takes inspiration from the Pink Elephants on Parade sequence from Dumbo, which is one of the weirdest things that Disney ever animated, I'll say. Cast members will give guests a map and a sticker sheet at the ticket booth in front of Big Top Souvenirs. They can then search Storybook Circus to find various elephant statues and then record their unique scents. Sounds like it'd be fun with little ones. I think it's probably not something my wife and I are going to do, but I don't know, maybe once, I don't know. I do think like these type of things, not as much in Magic Kingdom because there is so many things for kids there, but I do think these kind of things like the Remy hide and squeak at Epcot, it's a good way to get the kids involved when you're doing things like World Showcase, right. Or, as I said, Magic Kingdom is more for the kids anyways, but still you can be doing some rides that maybe don't interest the kids as much. And then you go here and do some fun stuff for them. Anything new is good, I think. So someone will have to try it out. I would think even Ryder is too old for something like this now, right?
Probably. But I mean, he surprises me. We went to see Bluey last week, and he loved it. And it was actually a really good show. So if anybody likes Bluey, if you see Bluey's
I'm going to tell you my 20-year-old daughter loves Bluey. So
yeah, let me tell you, I got to meet Bluey. We took a picture. It was great. I was happy. He actually just discovered the wilderness, the thing at Animal Kingdom.
Okay, the trek.
Wilderness Explorers?
Yeah, Wilderness Explorers. And he discovered it like almost like we had maybe an hour, 2 hours left. Yeah. And then he wanted to do the whole thing. So we did 6 and there's, I think 20. So we're going to go back. We promised.
A lot.
Yeah. So he did 6 of them, but he was really into it. And he said, now it makes, he said it in our video. He said, it makes Animal Kingdom more fun and educational. Mm-hmm. So he might like something like this. So, it's
the Wilderness Explorers thing is actually really, really cool. We did that when our daughter was probably similar age to Ryder. She was probably like, I don't know, 8 or 9 or something like that. And it's a really good program because it's like little blasts of education. It doesn't each of the ones individually only take 5 minutes or so,
right?
But they're all very different, and they're animal oriented, which our daughter always loved the animals. So yeah,
but I think he might like this. I mean, what kid doesn't like stickers,
right?
So,
well,
yeah. So,
have you guys done the scavenger hunt at Magic Kingdom? Are they still having that over near Pirates? The pirate scavenger hunt?
I don't know if they still do. I don't think they are.
I don't think they're doing that.
We did that, and that was kind of cool. You had to
that
scan.
was. Yep.
Yeah.
And then you got like a fast pass to Pirates, right? And that wasn't I never did it, but that's what I heard about. But no, I don't think it's around anymore.
Yep.
I think that was one of the casualties of COVID.
Yeah, I think it was. Yeah. We got a couple comments here from Facebook user. If you want to show your name, you have to go to, I think it's StreamYard.com/Facebook. In my opinion, VIP is not really for traditional DVC members. We are in the parks multiple times a year for a week. Yeah.
I would agree with that.
I understand that. And then smell my pants on parade. No, thank you. And yes, the pirate adventure is still going.
Thank you.
We got that wrong. I do have the banner here. So it is go to StreamYard.com/Facebook and give StreamYard your permission, and it'll actually say who you are when you post here. So
perfect.
Well, we have another story, and this one I'm personally very excited about because I am the one that makes all the reservations for my family. And that is that Disney has announced updates to the Disneyland and Disney World dining reservations system. Now, this is long overdue. So the highlights are guests will see all reservation slots available to them for their selected dining location and time frame. So currently only a few available reservation slots that fits this guest selected time frame are shown. So if you say dinner, it could show you 4:30 and 8:30. It's not going to show you everything that's available. And then reservation availability will be sorted out by meal period so guests can view which menu is being served during the time of the reservation, making it clear whether it is a lunch or dinner. And that really, sometimes it really doesn't make a difference, but then a lot of times it does, because I think it's Space 220 where the lunch is cheaper and it's the same menu, but you don't have to get dessert. I think it's like one course less, so it's going to be cheaper. And it could be a matter of 15 minutes where your reservation is 15 minutes later and you're paying a lot more because you're at the dinner reservation and not the lunch time.
Right.
You book like 3:30 and you don't know what it's going to be.
Right.
Or even like breakfast too. You could be like, oh, I want an early lunch. I'm booking at 11. Oh, that's breakfast still.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, it's true. Because a lot of restaurants are different. Sometimes the breakfast starts or the lunch starts at 11:30. But like if you look at Topolino, because they don't have lunch, they just have breakfast and dinner. But the breakfast runs to like 12:30. I think this is great. I think this is really good. It's just easier. Hopefully it'll be more user friendly. So this is very exciting for me personally, because you always had to refresh. Or we're a family of 3. So sometimes I would put it like, oh, we're 5 to see if there was a better time slot. And sometimes there were. You had to learn to work the system and it shouldn't be like that. So I think this is great. So
yeah, I agree. Especially the first one showing you more times just so you can have more choices for when you want. Because the way I think it's like, I want 6:45. I don't want 6:30. I don't want 7.
Yeah, absolutely.
So show me everything available.
Right. Absolutely. So I think that's great. Not much more to say.
Yeah.
It's good.
So we got a post from the Disney Parks blog that is talking about the holidays at the Disneyland Resort, and things are going to be running over there from November 10th through January 7th of 2024. Few maybe minor new things here, but we'll talk about it. So the Disney Festival of the Holidays is done in California Adventure. California Adventure is kind of turning into Epcot with all their festivals. That draws inspiration from multicultural seasonal celebrations such as Christmas, Navidad, Diwali, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, and Three Kings Day. Enjoy new and returning favorite food and beverage items at the marketplaces and groove to music and dance performances at the Palisade Stage, Sonoma Terrace, and for the first time ever in the Hollywood Backlot. So they're going to have a third location for that. And then also get ready to dance along as Disney and Pixar characters march to the beat of the holiday toy drummers in Mickey's Happy Holidays. So I assume that's kind of like a parade or something like that. Holiday overlays include, as usual, It's a Small World holiday, the frightfully festive Haunted Mansion holiday, which I've still yet to see. And Luigi, and then Luigi's Joy to the Whirl and Mater's Jingle Jamboree, which will both undergo their seasonal spins for the Haul days, Haul.
I like that.
Yeah, they really do up Cars Land for Christmas. Pretty cool. Further entertainment will include, of course, a Christmas fantasy parade starring characters from Toy Story, Frozen, and more. Believe in Holiday Magic, which is the nighttime spectacular with breathtaking fireworks and sprinklings of snow. And then World of Color, Seasons of Light will fill Paradise Bay with the spirit of togetherness and love as hundreds of fountains illustrate warm moments from Disney animated films. We know the one nighttime show that is not going to be this Christmas is going to be Fantasmic, which we didn't include an article on, but for those that want to know, the dragon caught fire a month or so ago, and they recently announced that the Fantasmic will be closed until next spring out there. So,
oh wow, I didn't know that.
Wow.
Yep. This is all very cool. We never seem to be able to get out there for the holidays, and I really do want to do it someday because, especially for the holiday overlays, I really want to see the It's a Small World one and the Haunted Mansion holiday.
They're both fantastic. And It's a Small World when you see them all dressed up in their Christmas outfits and there's Christmas decorations throughout. I mean, it's a totally different experience.
Yeah. So I have actually seen the It's a Small World overlay. And now we went the third weekend in January. and it was we had, I think, 2 days and then it closed. Like we were there for, I think, 6 days and then it closed. So we got to see it 1 or 2 days and it was great. It was really good. And then they had Haunted Mansion was closed and reopened when they brought down It's a Small World. That was when Haunted Mansion came back up without the overlay. At least I got to see one of them.
Yep.
Yeah, Haunted Mansion holiday has been going like longer and longer. And so I actually know some folks out in California that complain about how long it is.
Really?
Because don't like it as much as the original Haunted Mansion. And they now like close Haunted Mansion in like late August and then don't reopen it again till late January. So you're really losing that ride to Haunted Mansion Holiday for like 5 months. So if you're not a fan of Haunted Mansion Holiday, but for me, I'd love to see it because I'm a big fan of Nightmare Before Christmas. So I think if I was out there that time of year, I'd probably go on it 3 or 4 times just to experience it.
Definitely. You'd enjoy it.
Yeah, we got a few more comments. First of all, Caleb said, sorry, I guess my permission expired. This is Caleb Allison. And he said, the dining changes sound promising. I'm excited to see it in action next week. I agree. It sounds good, right? And why can't we still book dining for the length of your stay at Disneyland? Arg. I don't know the answer to that one. I actually didn't know you couldn't do that at Disneyland. I would have thought if you were staying on property, you would be able to, but I guess not. And then Janice, I think she's talking about what we were just talking about, the overlays that both are great. And we saw it last year. That's the general consensus, right? I wasn't downplaying Haunted Mansion Holidays, just saying I know one person that has said that they're frustrated by how long it takes over for her. But it's something I really do want to see, that. And also it's the Small World, I think would be really cool. So
it is.
All right. So with that, I think we got one more story.
Yep.
On the friendship boats?
Yep.
Well, the news that came out is that the friendship boats are undergoing a complete remodel and makeover. Disney is introducing a brand new color scheme. You'll see that the hulls on the boats will be dark navy blue. It's really classy looking. You don't have the pastel colors on these, and it does look like it's a cruise boat. Each boat will continue to have its own unique colors, and the newly painted vessels will feature dark blue base. The guests will also see the first friendship boat with the new color scheme sailing the waters of World Showcase and Lagoon and Crescent Lake by the end of August. They have pictures out online, and you can see it in some of the Disney blogs where they show the inside. The inside looks as if they've been done over, same type of seating, but just cleaned up and done over as well. So it should be nice to see those brand new sleek vessels back.
They definitely could use it. I don't have an issue with the old paint scheme, but I would say they were starting to look a little bit worn.
Yeah.
Faded probably is.
Faded
is probably the right. Yeah. And before the show, we were talking about the seats, and I was like crossing my fingers that maybe they're going to change the seats inside too, because they're not the most comfortable to sit in. But when we're staying at Boardwalk in November every year, I'm riding that boat every day.
Oh, yeah.
We actually rode it for the first time at Epcot. I know I had done it probably like in college, but I had not done it in years. And we were going over to France, and it just happened to be there. So we took it. It was nice. It was really nice to take it. And it was full. It was full. Like everybody was going over there, but it was really nice. It was nice to do that.
We use it sometime. I don't get why they got, I do get why they got rid of it, but like the one on the other side, the one from Italy, I think it is, or Germany. It's from Italy, right?
Morocco.
No, the one from Morocco still runs.
Okay, yes, you're right.
The one on the other side, which
Germany.
went from Germany to Mexico.
Yeah. Oh, they don't have that one anymore?
They haven't had that in, I don't know how long.
Yeah, a long time.
Probably more than 10 years. It was way before COVID. They got rid of that one. Yeah. So they kept the one and not the other. But like, if you want to go to Germany, the Morocco boat isn't much help. Caleb made one more comment. He just said the Haunted Mansion overlay would really get in the way of key holders that are blocked out in the summer. Well, that's a good point, right? If they're blocked out all summer and then they finally get in September and it's gone.
Yeah, that's tough.
Yeah, but I think that's all we got for stories.
Yeah, when is the two of you going to the Mickey's Not So Scary?
I am going September 1st. So we are currently do not have passes. So our passes expired last month. And so we are going for one night, Labor Day weekend. So that Friday night of September 1st. And then we are moving over to Universal. So we're going to be cheating on Disney and going to head over to Universal. And they had a great deal for Florida residents. It was buy one day of tickets and you got 2 free.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Yeah. We'll go that afternoon on that Saturday and then a full day on Sunday. And then we'll probably do a half day before headed back. We haven't done Universal since it'll be Labor Day of 2020. So it'll be 3 years. And now my son is he's about an inch too short for Velocicoaster. And my husband was really giving him a lot of vitamins to hopefully get him. I don't think he's going to make it. I mean, it could surprise me. I'm kind of hoping he doesn't. I am not ready for him to ride that. Yeah, he has to be 51 inches and he is about 50 right now. And I don't think he'll make it, but I'm fine with that. But I'm excited. We haven't been over there and, we'll see. I hear the parks at Disney are empty, but they're not at Universal. So
Really? Yeah.
Yeah. And I heard that they're pretty packed, but I am looking forward to the Halloween party. I'm doing a throwback character, a very old character. My son and I'll surprise everybody, but it's fun putting it together. And my husband's going to wear a t-shirt.
Oh, it looks like Caleb's suggesting you get Ryder some cowboy boots.
That's right.
Yeah.
Give them that extra height.
A friend of mine suggested some lifts and showed them to me on Amazon, but I'm perfectly fine with him not being, tall enough. I think for like certain rides, like, Slinky Dog Dash or, Seven Dwarfs Mine Train, they're not going to fall out. But the Velocicoaster, I think that height restriction's there for a reason,
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree.
I agree.
We're going to be there at the same time as you, Shannon. We're actually going down September 2nd.
Okay.
To the 9th, we're actually staying off property, but we're still going to be at Disney. If you want a sitter, Adriana has a Universal pass, so
Oh, okay.
Reach out to her. She might be willing to take Ryder for a day, and
she'll give him right back.
You and Ray. I was gonna say you and Ray can have a nice dinner or something. But
oh man,
well,
she won't go on Velocicoaster.
You'll have to take some pictures at Mickey's Very Not So Scary because they're going to have the 7 dwarfs in Fantasyland.
Are they going to be back? Okay, we took a picture with them. I think Ryder was 3 at Christmas. We waited for that, and that was fun. It was great picture. Worth the wait for that picture.
Yep.
It is pretty cool to get a picture with 7 characters at once.
Yeah.
And they're very seldom together.
We had a trip, I think it was 2010, and our goal of the trip was 50 characters. We tried to get 50 characters because we're not normally character people, but our daughter was just the right age. We managed to get 50 characters on that trip, and getting 7 in one photo definitely helped.
And I will say at the Storybook Circus, the best thing about that line is it's inside because it's hot. Like we're going September, it's hot. Yeah, excited. And then you bought tickets for Jollywood Nights, correct? The first night?
We're both going to Jollywood Nights on November 11th. So, and there's quite a few My DVC Point members I know are going as well. I don't know how much time we'll all be spending together, but I've been saying we got to have at least like a photo op where everybody gets together and we'll meet at a certain time, maybe right before the fireworks or something like that, or right after, one of the two.
Now, are you going dapper or are you going like pajamas or somewhere in between?
I would tend to go to dapper, I think, over pajamas. Florida's, to me, too hot for flannel. So, I don't think I'm going pajamas. And my pajamas are usually like, shorts and a t-shirt anyways.
Yeah. We did pajamas the last time we did the Christmas party. And it was a lot of fun because then you literally just went back to the resort and you just crashed and you were already in your pajamas. But we're going to be doing dapper. It's Hollywood Studios. We got to do the dapper.
I'm kind of sad they're not marketing more. They're not diving more into the dapper that it was rumored that it was going to be. And I mean, it still is, but.
Well, that's it. And then Sue, you live there, so you're there all the time, right?
Yes.
And we have a Facebook user also going September 10th to the 19th. We're just going to miss you. We're leaving the 9th, but have a great time.
Yep. Well, we want to give a thank you to our 3 sponsors, DVC Resale Market, DVC Rental Store, and Monera Financial for their continued support of the My DVC Points platform. And with that, I will say, see you real soon, everyone.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Ladies and gentlemen, please watch your head and step as you exit, and take small children by the hand.
Aw, chill up, Dad. You know we'll come back. With DVC.
My DVC Points is an unofficial Disney-inspired podcast created by fans of Disney Vacation Club. The thoughts expressed in this podcast are personal opinions and personal experiences. My DVC Points is not affiliated with Disney Vacation Club, the Walt Disney Companies, or any subsidiaries. We encourage listeners to contact their DVC guide or member services for official DVC policies.